AI can replace your entire team, but it won't replace God. Abundance, robots, and the soul of leadership. Welcome home, my leadership friends, to the Beau Leadership Group podcast, where we just don't predict the future, we lead it. I'm Beaulaurier, and today we're diving into a world where AI is solving everything, and where leaders like you must decide, will you build abundance or just automate the human soul? Let's start with a jolt of radical optimism from Peter Diamandis. He's a futurist, and you may know him from the X Prize. He's the X Prize founder and the man who sees tomorrow before breakfast. AI can replace your entire team, but it cannot replace God. Stay tuned and let's unpack this. I'd like to talk about the 5 breakthroughs that will redefine leadership. And AI is the start. Number 1, AI ends chronic disease, and DeepMind CEO says we'll solve chronic disease in a decade. Anthropic's Dario Amamode, double human lifespan. Imagine every citizen gets a digital twin, an AI clone of you and your biology. AI will be able to run 10,000 clinical trials on you in the morning before you wake up. And if you don't think this is mainstream, Harvard Medical School and Stanford are already building these clone simulators. McKinsey projects a $350 billion annual savings in U.S. healthcare alone by 2030. This assumes Big Pharma lets things happen, of course, but with their powerful lobbying, they may get a piece of that profit. Energy abundance. Number 2, the substrate of civilization, AI cracks fusion, discovers room temperature superconductors, redesigns grids. The Brookings Institute, AI optimized energy systems could reduce global emissions 15% by 2035. No energy, no progress, some might say. AI fixes that foundation where we have abundance of energy. I have a friend that seems to have found the holy grail of energy, where you use a laser and get more energy out from a laser in. This is more than just Michael J. flux capacitor. We may solve the energy crisis in the future and not need plutonium and things that create big waste. Global poverty is number 3. We have the tech to solve it. Some say we have the tech to solve it right now, but poverty is an optimization problem, and AI could excel at optimizing things. NVIDIA just launched an AI hub in Tunisia, part of training 100,000 African developers. By 2035, the 4 pillars, food, energy, education, health, become AI democratized protocols. This could mean charity is obsolete. The World Bank AI-driven micro-entrepreneurship could hit 1.2 billion people out of poverty by 2040. Number 4, transportation reinvented from ground, sky, personal cars. Of course, I like flying airplanes. It may mean that you summon a Waymo, a Tesla Cybercab, or an Archer Air Taxi to live in LA for the 2028 Olympics. You may be able to fly to the events. And MIT has urban air mobility, cutting commute times by 70%. Geography sort of loses its grip, and opportunity becomes borderless. By the way, the new Cessna Citation jet is talking about supersonic travel in a private jet. So the unknown of unknowns is number 5. The abundance inflection point for artificial general intelligence, AGI. That's where intelligence solves a lot of our scarcity problems. AGI solves math this year, then physics, then chemistry, then biology, and we're not just solving problems, we're discovering new laws of nature. Princeton believes that AGI will generate more scientific breakthroughs in 10 years than humanity has in 300. The idea is that we do not have scarcity thinking anymore. Imagine you can be a part of it if you stay tuned. But there is a dark side, and it was in the news today. Amazon's robotics revolution means that they're laying off a lot of people. Now let's go to the warehouse floor. Amazon just unveiled Blue Jay, a robot arm that sorts packages faster than any human. And maybe that's good. The humans don't have to do that anymore. Luna, an AI that tells managers who to fire. 40 robots-equipped fulfillment centers by 2026. And Morgan Stanley says $4 billion in savings, mostly from fewer paychecks. Robots just don't unionize In fact, they don't sue, they don't get tired, and they're smarter than the workers they replace. This isn't just efficient, this is a leadership crucible time for all of us. So think about it. You're part of it, whether you like it or not. You're not just cutting costs, you're emotionally detaching from people who built your empire and replacing them with machines and people that don't have empathy, that never say thank you. How big is that? Realizing that growth in NVIDIA stock alone is greater than the S&P 500 and is only going to get bigger because robots. They aren't just consuming superconductor chips in data centers. We're going to be putting the best superconductor chips in robots too. So let's talk about segmentation, because that's one of the ways that we get a return on our leadership investment, by segmenting markets and serving people the way they want to be served. And one of my old things that I always talk about is the treadmill, right? Somebody might buy a treadmill because they need to work on their heart health. Somebody might buy it to do cardio and get high intensity workouts. Somebody else might be using it to walk their way to better weight loss. Another person might use it to train for a marathon. And all of these different segmentations have different needs, and we need to think about needs-based segmentation of people. That's what we do as leaders. We realize that it's not just our golden rule, treat others as we want to be treated. We live in a world where you need to treat people the platinum way, where you treat them how they want to be treated and what their needs are, because everybody's needs are different. If you need to know how your team is different, give me a shout at beauleadershipgroup.com. Anyway, segmentation, the God principle in business. Let's talk about money and meaning. The famous psychologist Carl Jung said, modern man doesn't see God because he doesn't look low enough. And this is another way to say you're not looking for other people's needs. In business, we call it segmentation when you divide things into segments. You serve different segments better and thereby serve the whole group better and make more revenue often, and ideally profits too. So you don't chase the proverbial whale, you serve everyone. Lowering the price keeps God's principles in mind. And in most cases, the laws allow you to sell more when you follow the profit-making laws and the laws of economics. Profit more from pennies than from palaces. This is downward sloping demand economics 101. This is a law because it works regardless of country. As you lower a price, you can sell more quantities of goods. As you raise the price, you'll sell less. But if you can sell more and get a better margin and get better deals from your suppliers, you may be able to make everyone win. This is a law because it works regardless of country or race or even religion. I believe it's divine. It's a divine principle. And there are many of these laws to follow. You may not disagree that this is like Matthew 25:40. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. I think God may serve you when you serve others. I do not claim to know what God thinks or what God thinks about success, but success leaves clues. And Zig Ziglar used to say, you can get what you want by helping others get what they want. McKinsey Global Institute, companies using personalization and AI pricing see 38% higher revenue growth. This is another way of talking about segmentation, having it automated by robots and AI. Mass personalization is analogous to or similar to having different offers for different market segments. And sometimes it might be the treadmill. You're just talking about the different needs. It's the same treadmill. You profit more by serving many, not the few, but also serving people how they want to be served. That's not just the golden rule again, that is the platinum rule. The golden rule is how you want to be served, which may not be how others want to be served. I want to reiterate that. I think it's one of those things that should evolve. And that's not just smart business, that's God's economics. The Jungian warning, like Carl Jung, Jungian warning, robots can't put the humanity in AI insanity, the soul of the matter. Carl Jung warned, the spirit of the machine is the spirit of the devil until the human soul animates it. Robots can't love, they can't forgive, they can't sacrifice. AI can solve math. It can't solve meaning. We are entering AI insanity, a world of hyper efficiency without heart. But you, leader listener, you are the antidote. With God in mind, infuse every algorithm with values that value everyone. Build systems that increase freedom, personalization, and the platinum rule, not just GDP. Create prosperity that includes the warehouse worker, the African coder, the single mom summoning an air tax. Why? Well, Proverbs 11:25 said centuries ago, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Ivy League research confirms this. Yale's study, a grant study, the longest study on human happiness, found one variable predicts satisfaction: relationships. Not IQ, not general intelligence, not wealth, love. No machines get it yet. In closing, here's your mission. Here's your assignment. You, the leader, use AI to solve everything. That's fine, but never at the cost of someone's dignity. Help other people. 2, segment to serve. Profit by lifting the least and serve them well with the platinum rule. 3, animate the machine with soul, because only you can put humanity in AI and make value judgments to remove the insanity from AI humanity. This is the Beau Leadership Group way. Lead on with God in mind, my leadership friends. It's great to be with you today. And until next time, go build a future where machines serve us, serve man, and serve God. Amen.